They say a picture is worth 1,000 words. But on occasion, a still image taken innocently enough can sometimes reveal things that will leave you speechless. The photos on this list are sure to shock and horrify. These are 6 real ghosts captured in photographs. Number 6. The Covent Garden Piazza Ghost. Known for being one of the busiest districts in Greater London, this gorgeous piazza in Westminster was once known for its teeming vegetable and fruit markets right in the central square. Now it's more known as a shopping district and tourist center. Although the plan to preserve the central piazza was in place, by the 60s traffic congestion in the wholesale market became unworkable and a huge development was put into place. The next year, the market was moved and the central building reopened as a shopping area by the 1980s. It was during this time when families would visit the Covent Garden Piazza for weekend entertainment. Oftentimes it was filled with theater actors, street performers, and of course, good food and shopping. Mr. and Mrs. Webb were among those families who would frequent Covent Garden. On one particular day in 1989, the family visited there with their 2 young children. Mr. Webb stopped near the front as their young daughter posed for a photograph in her bright pink coat. When the photo was developed, you could see the young girl smiling happily for her dad. In the background to the right is Mrs. Webb with their other child in a stroller. She's in the process of heading over to them, but there was something else very strange in that picture. It was a young woman, clad in a black coat with her hands inside her pockets and her long brown hair tied behind her back. She seems to be in the process of walking across Mrs. Webb's path, slightly leaning forward in her stride. But when you look closely, you'll realize something is eerily amiss. The woman in black has no legs. Curiously, both Mr. and Mrs. Webb don't recall seeing her at all. You would think they would remember someone potentially in the way of their family photo. It's also odd since Mrs. Webb would have surely noticed her because she was in the process of crossing her path. This has led many to believe that this woman is in fact a ghost. There are those who explain it away, saying the woman's legs were behind the post, but if you look closely, she's leaning mid-stride, her upper body unnaturally forward with her hands in her pockets. If her legs were somehow still behind the post as she walked, this would cause her to fall flat on her face. To this day, the ghost of the Covent Piazza Garden is one of the most controversial and popular ghost images around. Not only does it clearly show the face of the woman, but at the same time forces you to question whether you're actually looking at a real person in the first place. Number 5. The Crawling Ghost. There are countless creepy ghost photos online, but sometimes there are ones that are just downright terrifying. Known as the crawling ghost image, the girl's father was planning on taking a simple photo of his daughter playing in their living room. After he snapped the picture and had it developed, the image displayed more than just a photo of his daughter. Right in front of his young child in the living room is a spectral anomaly that looks to be in the shape of a person crawling. Even more, the child seems to be looking in the direction of the specter as if she could see it too. To add to the story, the child's mother was deceased at the time, so is it possible this could be the ghost of a mother playing with her little girl? When you think about it, when adults play with children, they usually get down on their level, which would explain why the ghost seemed to be crawling. If you look at the child closely, it seems as though she is gazing in the same direction as the anomaly. Can the child see it? No one knows for sure. Some explain the image as nothing but light smears or reflected light from the camera or scanner. Others say it's just pareidolia. Whatever it is, there's no denying this is a very creepy image. Number 4. Hospital Demon. Whenever we picture death and demons, it's often a sinister figure. Something dark, perhaps with hooves and horns, waiting to pounce on unsuspecting victims. Well, at least one photo seems to have captured such a demon. The following image was submitted to a Reddit post with a caption saying it was a cell phone photo of a nurse's viewing monitor at a hospital. In it, you could see what looks to be a shadowy figure standing on top of a patient who is lying down in a hospital bed. The commenter added that within a few hours of the figure appearing, the patient actually passed away. Because of the grainy and unclear image, it's hard to determine what exactly is standing on top of them. Some say it was a demon, ready to claim the patient's soul. Others point to a mythological creature called a mare. In German folklore, the mare is known as an evil goblin or spirit that sits on top of a person's chest, giving them nightmares and bad dreams. It's a lot like the incubus and the succubus demons. Is it possible the image actually captured a mare or some sort of demon claiming a human being's life? The photo first appeared between 2013 and 2014, and it's been posted and reposted more than a handful of times as internet ghost sleuths try and figure out what it is. Of course, skeptics also have their own explanation, saying the image shows nothing but a bad case of pareidolia. They also claim that the demon is nothing more than a bunch of unrelated objects in the room combining to look like one unusual figure. Whatever it is, it's a truly terrifying image. Number 3. Apparition through a brick pillar. There's not much information about this next image, but it is possibly one of the most compelling photos of a ghost ever captured. In it, you can clearly see an apparition, a man in a white long-sleeved shirt and what looks to be a hat. This man is visibly see-through and appears to be in the process of walking through or just behind a brick pillar. The image was first posted on a photo rating site, so it's unclear where, when, and who took it. Based on the photo, it looks to be a security camera photo of some sort based on the angle from which it was taken. As for the apparition itself, you can clearly see the top part of his body, including his shoulders and face, but as you get to the mid-torso, it slowly fades away, allowing you to see the background street and the pillar where the rest of his body should be. Number 2. Ghost in Manila. One of the most popular ghost images floating on the internet is the Ghost in Manila picture. Supposedly taken in the early 2000s, the picture shows two smiling friends on a night out. While they were about having fun, the friends decided to take a picture and asked someone to snap it for them. When they looked at the image, they were horrified to see it wasn't just the two of them. In fact, there was a third figure captured. On the right side is a shadowy apparition posing with the girls. Even more creepy is that the figure had one of its hands clutching the arms of the other girl. Neither one of them noticed anything unusual or felt any physical contact when it was taken. One of the earliest postings of the image dates to 2003, and it said that the photo was taken using a Nokia 7250, which was a popular phone during that time. Of course, camera equipment cell phones were new inventions then, so the resolutions compared to today were pretty basic. A lot of skeptics have explained the image as nothing but a hoax or a play of light, but it's hard to dispute the fact that you can clearly see the outline of the fingers and hand of the ghost. Skeptics also say the apparition in the image comes from the Ghost Cam, a unique app that lets you add ghost images to your pictures and upload them as if they were real. Indeed, the ghost in the app is similar to the one in the photo, but the problem with that is that the earliest time the photo appeared was in 2003, and the app didn't exist then. The likely explanation is that the app copied the apparition in the original Manila ghost photo and used it. As for who or what that third figure is in this photo, no one knows for sure. Number 1. The Morticians Daughter. This image might look innocent, even cute at first glance, but when you truly look at it, there's something very chilling here that was caught on camera. The picture shows a young mother kissing her baby daughter while inside their home. For the mom, it was an innocent photo capturing a moment of tenderness, but when she looked closely, she realized someone else was in the room with them. In the background, you can see another little girl photobombing the picture. But what's so shocking was that they didn't have another daughter, and there was no one else in the house at the time. The mother was distraught and actually hired ghost experts to study the image and to find out more about their home. They didn't find much actually there, but what they did discover is was that the previous owner of the home was a mortician and ran a funeral home at some point. It's possible that either this was the mortician's daughter who had died, or maybe it was one of the many bodies that had been held at the funeral home at some point. The woman who posted the picture said she had known the lady in the photo for a long time. She added it was impossible for the image of the ghost girl to be fabricated, as she saw how visibly upset the mom was at seeing there could be something else living inside their home. So there were 6 real ghosts captured in photographs. People take millions of pictures every day, and most of the time, they don't ever go back to even look at them. But if you pay attention and look closely, just like in the pictures on this list, you might be shocked at what you'll find. If you like this video, then remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell. We have new videos coming out every Wednesday and Saturday for you to check out. As always, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you soon.